It's the Cable
So I typically pick Force of Will over Skull Clamp, but I've been shitting on Cloud a lot, and I feel like I should be charitable and give Cloud its due and take the Skull Clamp and draft White Weenie and see if Cloud is actually nuts. How about that, hum? How's Clamp in this cube? Oh, Clamp is always great. I do think Force of Will is better just because, like, having something to not die is increasingly important. Wow, Force of Will into Mana Drain would have been quite the pick order. But we're doing this now. Just take advantage. We're forcing? We forcing? These cards are okay. Give them the clamps! Yeah, that was okay. This is getting really carried by that Pleasant Gin, though. Alright, test 2. This nice Trinidad rum. Plus Gatorade 0. Let's go. I think Giver Runes is okay. It's aight, huh? It's aight. You're gonna hit the meadery later? Do you have a meadery that you go to? I got this gin from a local Wisconsin distillery. It was pleasant. I went on their little tour thing. It was kind of a nuts tour. It was like $20. And then this guy walked around. It was like a 40-minute tour. Showed you the entire facilities. Learned a lot about like making alcohol. So the distillation process, where they store the barrels for like 10 years, all that shit. He talked about like different barrel types. How they had to like add an extension to their building to fit some of their machines in. And at the end of it, there was a tasting. And you could just taste their entire lineup of gins and vodkas. And they had one brandy there. I was not a fan of their brandy. It was very rough. Which isn't always a deal breaker for me. I'm gonna grab Path over Reprieve. Both quality cards. If this was pack 1, pick 1, I'd be on the Baragoyf. But yeah, the booze tasting was like worth more than $20 by itself. And they let you keep the fucking glass that you were doing the booze tasting in. Well, that's just good value right there. Nantuku is kind of cute with Clamp, huh? Maybe I'll move into some shitty green-white deck. When I go tasting, am I a spitter or a swallower? I'm a swallower, yeah. Yep. I enjoy a nice buzz. I'm not gonna waste to find booze. I would have to be like judging something or what have you before spitting is interesting. And for that reason, like I'm usually going tasting it like at night, you know. Staff the Storyteller's up there. My Cauldron Complete could be good though. If we got Stoneforge Mystic. Hey, Saloon42, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 90 months there. This is much worse than the gin. Chat was correct. Chat was saying gin would be better. Chat was right. When does that happen, huh? This is like almost undrinkable. Yeah, the Gatorade 0 plus gin was actually totally fine. It wasn't like amazing. It was much worse than like tea and gin. But yeah, this is actively bad. Ooh, Liage, that sounds really pleasant. A champagne equivalent in mead form. The last time I really enjoyed mead was when I was touring Stonehenge, and they have like mead tastings there on site for whatever reason. A lot of really pleasant ones there. Yeah, I had extremely mixed experiences with my my booze explorations when I was in London, when I was in the UK. Kind of late Emperor Bones, huh? Kind of interesting. Surely there's some great scotch in the UK. There probably is. So, I mean, I did go Scotch tasting when I was in London, and uh, there were some solid ones in the lineup. What I would have liked to do, or I'm sorry, I went Scotch tasting in Edinburgh when I was in Scotland. What I would have liked to do though is like have gone to a couple of my favorite distilleries, and we just didn't have time. We were only in Scotland for 2 days, and I think I would have had like some real highlights there. I had a blast. I had a blast. I was not blown away by the scotches I tried though. There were like a few really nice ones, and then a few that like kind of seemed like they were trying to get rid of. This bottle is normally $200. Oh, really? And you couldn't get rid of it? All right. And then the my favorite new scotch that I tried when I was in Scotland, the Bruce Laddie, is just like readily accessible here in the States, and like is like really like reasonably priced and such. And after we went like fancy scotch tasting, it was recommended to me by we went out for bangers and mash, and our server, who I could not understand even a little bit, recommended it to me, and my fiance translated. And that was my favorite by far. I'm gonna take this Nadu. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, Bill Nadu. That's a thing. There's a Guy's Cradle here, too. Not usually high-end Guy's Cradle, but if you're clamping, you're probably cradling, right? And it plays well with Passive Infestation, both pre and post. But yeah, the best whiskey I had when I was in the UK was a Japanese whiskey that I'd had before. It was a very nice one, though. Basically, I was doing a thing where I was just like asking for an old-fashioned every single place I went. And I got some wild old-fashions in the UK, and I got some pretty normal ones. I got some extremely good ones, some very bad ones, depending on like where you were going. I'm gonna take the Overlord, I think. Something to power out with Cradle Mana, or juice it up. Oh, Lane of Elves action, sure. But yeah, one guy, we were only staying in Edinburgh for like one night, so we kind of splurged on a fancier hotel. And then the other 5 nights we were in London, and we rented like an apartment that was a bit more utilitarian, so we could travel on the cheap, right? But the one night we were in Edinburgh, we splurged on a fancy hotel, and we went there, and the bartender was looking so bored, and I asked him to make me an old fashioned, and he was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Surprise me, do whatever you want, your heart's desire." And he pulls out like a smoked Nika 17-year or something. I don't know, just like this this very fine Japanese whiskey. And then he's doing like crazy shit with the ice, like shaving it and stamping it and all this nonsense. Like he was just very excited that somebody like let him get a little creative. Everybody else in this this fancy bar has like a rum and coke or a beer. He's like, I went to booze school for so many years. Finally, someone wants a real drink. How much was my one drink? It wasn't bad. It was like $20 or something. I'm gonna grab this Lightning Greaves because that plays well with Nadu. Yeah, not something I would have every night, but like when you're on vacation, right? When you're splurging, I'd much rather have like one awesome $20 drink than like a bunch of just the most rancid $8 drinks you can imagine. Oh man, yeah, I really wish I just drank this rum straight. It's so pleasant straight. But I'm not gonna waste this drink. This is the first time I've had something that was like actively bad in a long time. The Bill Wheel, nice. So we need some fixing. We need to be actually be able to play this Nadu consistently, but I think this deck might end up being fire. Life's too short to consume crap. In general. But it's also nice to let to have your nice things last too, right? Unless you're trying to get wasted. Not wasted, but like a healthy buzz. That is like part of the goal. Life is so long, I'm eating the 4th stuffed crust pizza. Amazing. Did any of y'all see the study? They were like, if you eat even as little as a single hot dog a day, your chance of getting cancer or type 2 diabetes goes up by like 11%. And I'm just like, man, whoever's eating a hot dog every single day of the year, they've got some stuff going on. I don't know if you can just blame the hot dog. It seems like a lot of shit's going wrong in their life. If you're on like the fucking all Costco diet. Seems difficult to control for. I like that Ocelot Pride. I like these Shocklands. I think the Shocklands might actually be more important. Right now we have like no duels for this Nadu. I'm gonna grab the Hollowed Fountain. And then hopefully we'll get like a Flooded Strand or something. It's a shame to pass that Ocelot Pride. This is like a pack one, pick oneable, you know? Same as the Ragavan. Green's been super upward. We wheeled the bill. Hopefully we'll wheel this Rumble too. Poverty, health problems. Exactly, yeah. You eat way more pizza than you should, so you can't talk. It's so easy to eat too much fucking pizza. Long term, that's been one of my health struggles for sure. I'm gonna grab this Ajani. It's not amazing here, but it's still great. There's that cloud I was talking about. The cloud for the clamp. I'm going to take the Delta, though. Delta for the Hollowed Fountain. Make our mana base a little better. Your vegan wife is out of town for the weekend, and you're pumped to have a pizza party with yourself. Nice. Yeah, last month, I wanted to do like a mini cheat day for myself and have a pizza. And my fiance has been low carbing with me, and she was like, "You got to eat that in a different room." So I was just like squirreling over here in front of my computer, eating greasy pizza by myself, super late at night. Felt like the old days. I'm gonna grab that Faction Identity. That card's fucked up. Add a little something to the blue splash here. I ordered groceries delivered today, and I did order a couple of those Quest frozen pizzas, which are like low carb. I think they use chicken for the fucking pizza instead of pizza dough. Why not, huh? Why not? Give them a shot. Yeah, I don't like this pack at all. Huska Z has started eating factor meals for lunch this week. They're not bad. They like the chicken dishes. Hell yeah. Love to hear it, Huska Z. Big cheers. Big fucking cheers. And yeah, thanks again. Thanks again for trying out some factor meals, supporting the stream. Literal best way to support the stream is to try out a factor sponsorship if you've not done so before. Well, Lorien Revealed finds that Hollowed Fountain. Talisman's interesting. Oh, we're a little short on playables. I guess that means I grab the Talisman. The Temple Garden wheeled, as did the Malevolent Rumble. We're going to take the Temple Garden, I think. I really want that Rumble. Fuck. I mean, casting your spells is pretty good. Do I have any filler? I've got this Bauble I can play. I can play Endurance. That's fine. That means I need like one more playable. Oh, we got plenty here. The Cloud Wield. Perfect. Yeah, and Lancer. Yeah, I make a lot of like fathead pizza dough crusts and stuff. I was very reluctant to do like the Mission zero carb tortillas, but I've been easing up a little bit lately. becoming a little less strict. Cloud should be good in this. I would hope so. So this deck started when I opened Force of Will versus Skull Clamp, and I was like, normally I would take Force of Will here, but I think we should draft Cloud because I've been shitting on Cloud a lot, and I think we should draft Cloud and see if it's actually nuts. And the best way I could think of doing that was pack 1, pick winning a Skull Clamp, right? I'm gonna give it a spin. Here it's kind of cool because like it can also get Greaves, which combos with the Nadu. I have something to tell y'all. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to take a wee. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to jab an ad break. That'll turn off ads for the next hour. And then we'll fire this puppy up. Let's get a mana base in here. God, this track rips so hard. One awkward thing about the Polluted Delta is it literally just gets Hollowed Fountain and this island we're adding. 2 fetchables. It's enough. You still play it, obviously. How many blue sources do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is so low. All right, how many green sources do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Curiosity is blue-green, right? Yeah. So 10. How many white sources do we got here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I didn't count the Talon Gates for blue, so blue's actually 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white. I think we can play more blue. I'm just not sure whether to cut a white source or a green source. Well, the Pilgrims can tap for a fucking white. I'm going to cut 1 white source and play 1 more island. Just the dog shittiest mana base. Let's go. Scrubland in for the Delta. That's a cute idea. I don't think it'll matter, but totally fine. Well, give her a Nadu is not the worst, huh? I would like to play Magic with whoever wrote this song. Okay, I'll take 2. I kind of want to attack, but not really. Feeling a little vulnerable here. Why'd I bestow the Nadu and not Giver? Mostly because I didn't think I was ever gonna fucking copy a card, and having a 4/5 flyer was better than having a tapped 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Good question though. Haven't played a land yet, right? Yeah, I think the Ajani was like the real scary part of their board. This is lethal, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Headliner's a fucked up card. Shit, hum. Felt like that was coming around. I'm just gonna submit. Like, Sunfall and Craterhoof, like, both sort of have appeal, but not enough, I don't think. You wonder how Nadu ranks in the best cube picks? I have it very high. One of the reasons I have Nadu very, very high, I think higher than Oko, and probably higher than Tamio. So like, green is almost always open in this cube, and a lot of green, like Bristly Bill and Spring Hearten and stuff, plays very well with Nadu. And Nadu is, I would argue, like, about just as good as other good things to be doing in Vintage Cube, right? Not like the best thing to be doing, but like roughly on the same tier as other top good things. So if you end up with a Nadu deck with like Green Sun to find it and a bunch of dorks to power it out quickly and stuff, sometimes uncounterably, and then like, it's very easy to have a green deck that just facilitates it very well, and you can just have a very good deck. And it's just about the only way to get a good green deck in this cube. That gets Hollowed Fountain, so we can turn to Cloud for Clamp here. Is 4th or Minsk power level? No, but it's the next tier, Genesis. Talking about power level is not really useful. What changes could they make to improve green? The main changes I would make are nerfing the other colors. It's not like there's a bunch of bad green cards in here that they need to take out. When you have a cube where everything is like jack to the 9s, you're very naturally going to have an unbalanced cube. That's not something you can fix by like adding other like worser cards. Yes, yes! Right, Mana Worgs? Yeah, the red and white cards all like blink and get value and grow and draw cards and stuff. And like, there's a lot of good green cards, but they don't do that. They don't like draw cards while getting bigger or whatever. This is power creep. This is an annoying combination. when you watch the LSV team drafts on YouTube, there are very few green decks. Yeah. I don't think I should be offering the trade on my lifelinker here. I think I at the very least want to pump my pessimistations first. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be trading off. And then the pessimistations are a lot more clampable. Yeah, I see. Yeah. I saw your full context there, Genesis MTG. Not just a matter of like LSV not playing green, but like nobody playing green among like a really like high caliber and level of players. Ooh. Oh, why didn't I move the fucking Greaves over? What's wrong with me? I'm all excited to cast my card. Oh, they're missing in color. Nice. Now things are more clampable. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. The great Jonathan Young. I feel favored. That White Overlord really saved my ass there, huh? Kind of want to play the Sunfall. It's probably better than Fractured, huh? Kennedy wins. What's the best green card in the cube? We actually saw this draft and I didn't get it. I think the best green card in the cube is the Impulse that gives you an Eldrazi token, followed by either Bill or Chariot. Yeah, Malevolent Rumble, that's the one. I do not have Pacifistation in my top 3 cards for green, no. It was for a while, but the cube is sped up. The previous song was called Old Money by Jonathan Young, and Caleb Hiles guested. They collaborate a lot, both YouTubers. Correct, AJWR, which we have done already this draft. Get my block on while I can here. Got our little cloud dude down. Got our sunfall in hand. You ready to get manatized? Clench your butts! Oh shit. That happened. That's exciting. You may unclench! Like the parting of the fucking seas here. So smacking for 5. The Philia can pop the incubator if they want. Looks like they do want. So I can make the Philia 3/3 and now it'll blink out my shit. I think it might be better to make the staff a 3/3 here. The reflection can't copy what they currently have. Interesting board state anyway. Can tap the elf to play the clamp? I could. I could tap one of my very valuable blockers to play a skull clamp that does nothing. That is a line. Well, foot. This hand is dookie. Maybe I'll just rip another, like an actual. I think Cloud's gonna go up. We'll grab Lightning Greaves, actually. Oh, hey, a green source. That's interesting. So you can turn 2 Cloud, but then you can't turn 3 Nadu. But we could turn 2 Cloud, turn 3 Lightning Greaves, then turn 4 Nadu. I'm gonna draw some cards. Am I just gonna get Sedgemoor witched out? Is that what's gonna happen? I wonder if there's a rhyme to the reason of just firing off Pest Infestation next turn. Like, play the Gaia's Cradle, Pest Infest for 0, make 2 1/1s. And then the next turn, you play a blue source. Tap the Cradle for 3. Nadu Greaves with the man open. One cool thing about this line is now we've got a lot more creatures in play to actually put the Greaves on. And we're not exposing the Greaves to sorcery speed removal. Yeah, you got me, One's got a lot of stuff untapped here. I was just gifted a chicken salad. And that's very exciting for me. Surely they have no responses to this. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, I was wondering if we're going to get another land. Well, Sunfall's an answer to their infinite, if they get infinite off. Oh shit. Lettuce from the garden. Love to see it. Yeah, it's been raining a lot lately, so we had some crazy growth spurts. Oh, wow. Herbs from the garden, too. Yeah, mostly thinking about that Sunfall. Sunfall versus Fractured again. Let's do this. Yeah, I was planning on second then Delta for tapped Hallowed Fountain to set up for Cloud on 2. Maybe bolting myself and playing Greaves turn 1 would have been better than that line. Well, that could have gone better. Yeah, Nintuku playing well with Clamp and the Guy's Cradle, huh? Sup, nerds? Sup, Endo Jackson? For the factor thing, when does the promo with my link end? Let me double check for you. 15 days, 14 hours, and 57 minutes. Sweet. Hell yeah. Thanks for looking into that, by the way. I mentioned it earlier, but it is the best way to support the stream. Check out a Factor sponsorship. Or a Factor subscription, rather. It's my sponsorship. No one else's. Use my code. Get a discount on your meal subscription. Have some nice, convenient, healthy meals prepared. You did the Fierce Weekend is pretty good. Hell yeah. Equip the life linker, huh? Seems like a smart one to equip. Seven mana. Well, whatever this is, it's terrifying. It's just a win. Sure. Heck of a card, that Shieldred. Loot had only used mana. We were not ancestrally into the Shieldred. Oh shit. Hey, Dissident. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 40 months there. Yeah, the last game kinda made me want the Greater Hoof. Kinda. The alerts changed a month ago. When I did a live stream during the Cube Barbecue, Streamlabs completely like overwrote all of my alerts and stuff and my merch store and stuff and whatnot. I've been working on getting a new merch store up. Should be pretty soon. What's more valuable, the bill counter or going talisman into bill? And that talisman in play. I don't know. Ooh, great draw. You want Sir Barrington merch? That's a great idea. It'd be cool if the shirt also, like, was sick for people who didn't play Magic, which, I mean, it's going to be like a sick-ass bear. How could it not? Yeah, I like that idea a lot. All right. Pack one, pick one this draft was a Skull Clamp. You want Sir Barrington to be holding Teferi's puzzle box? It'd be cool if the shirt was just like... It can have like Magic references, but I want it to be awesome outside of Magic too. You got this armored bear, right? And that seems like a classic sort of deal. Yeah, this ain't needs some action, but the mana sure is good, huh? Hey, Spawn, thanks for $4.20. You know, if we draw our white 7-drop next turn, we will be able to play it. It's a little exciting. Let's see what Spawn wants to listen to. This is Dash Out by Ando San. Got some wild bass going already. 420 USD is currently 669 Australian. Phenomenal. Huh. I feel like someone predicted drawing this. We'll see if it resolves, though. Cool to hard cast a 7-drop on turn 3 regardless. Oh, it'd be so cool if it resolved, though. Well, it's a reman. We can try again next turn. And now they're tapping out? Interesting. Might as well play around days, huh? Get an extra point of damage in there in the process. Is this guy Australian? LA native songwriter, producer. Very cool. No changes. Let's fucking go. That was a good-ass salad. I don't like this hand at all. Sommel. Oh, interesting, Spawn. Yeah, that doesn't sound like something... That sounds like it would be, like, really fun to try, and also not something that I would want constantly. Hey, need some more lands, huh? Lost that mana dork. You're a root beer guy? The best root beer I ever had. There was a family that made their own near where I grew up, and so they would just be in like unlabeled like glass bottles, right? And when they would have barn dances, they would just like have barrels full of like ice and these root beers like out around the corners and stuff. That was fucking awesome. Some of the most flavorful root beer I've ever had in my life. Alright, well, we're still in a good spot if we can rip a white source here. Those are formative childhood memories from those barn dances. Getting chased around the yard by an angry goose. Geese are fucking scary. If you are shorter than the goose, much scarier. Ooh. Man, this'll do something, huh? You've never heard of a barn dance? I mean, you got a nice barn with hardwood floors. A lot of space. Might as well use it. Hey, Benjamin Wheeler, thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you get a dope stream, Ben. Daddy Wheeler. Follow Daddy Wheeler! Do it. Do it, cowards. Yeah, currently we are a little short on mana. Oh, that helps. That helps. There's a Hollowed Fountain for this fucking thing, so we can shock ourselves. And then we can Impending this. He had an A stream? Fuck yeah, love to hear it. And we'll make that ring an elk. And if Gandalf had known Oko, Those movies would have been a lot shorter, huh? The Ring's an LGG. All right, well, all right. Hot diggity. That's all it took. That's all it took. Let's get another draft going.